Hi, this is Kevin C. Mason from Jack Monkey Games, and it's Thief Week. Now, you'd think that it would be easy to roleplay a thief, but it's really not. Well, it's actually really easy to piss off everyone else in your party, but playing a thief is a lot more than just stealing stuff. So, in this episode, we're going to be talking about your motivations as a thief. We're going to be talking about your job as the person who plays the thief. We're going to be asking Shadowrun players on how to play a thief. Yeah, Shadowrun players. We're going to talk about the things that you should never do as a thief player. And finally, we're going to talk about how to roleplay a sneaky bastard without the rest of the party hating you. Now, roleplaying a thief is all about motivation. In fact, that's the one thing that if you can figure out your motivation as a character, then the rest is just filling in the gaps. So what we want to do is that we want to get away from the concept of I'm a thief. Are you a noble that is bored and has learned how to pick locks, or is a con artist? Are you a street urchin that got really good at picking pockets? Think about that. Think about what is your motivation. Are you a Robin Hood kind of character? Are you someone who is really all about the money? Do you have a character that is struggling with your occupation and at the same time your heart? So think about this and find ways that you can integrate that into your character and find little ways that you can make that show up. Now, here's a couple ways that you can do that. Think about maybe giving away some of your gold. Not all of it, a little bit. Maybe anytime you encounter a beggar, you always give a little bit. Maybe you look at your magical items and go, yeah, I really don't need that here. So in our last episode, we were talking about what was the job of the person who plays the fighter. So imagine this. Everyone at the table is writing a movie together, and the game master is the director. So think about this. What happened? What is the job of the person who's playing the thief? Now, the person who's playing the fighter is in charge of all the action scenes. They set the pace for all the action. As a person who's playing a thief, your job is to bring intrigue to the party. You're the one that should perhaps suggest, oh, well, maybe there's a thief, or maybe there's a spy. Maybe we're going to be betrayed by our employer. Maybe the king's ambassador is really out to kill the king. Find ways that your underworld connections, your underworld knowledge can actually add to the story. So if you're going to be playing a thief, you should probably ask an expert. A Shadowrun player, where in D&D a thief is an afterthought. In Shadowrun, every character is a thief of some kind. So what I did, I went to the Facebook group called the Shadowrunners Union and asked what their advice is. So I recommend that you check that out. Now, understand that in Shadowrun, everyone's a variation of a thief. Okay, some of them are combat, some of them are mages, some of them are actual cat burglars. It happens. But they're all criminals. And part of that, and working in a group, there's a team dynamic that gets developed almost immediately for Shadowrun players, which doesn't always happen with D&D parties if there's a thief involved. So here's some of the things to think about. As a thief, part of your job is to help protect the rest of the party from other thieves. So think about this. Do you really think the paladin could survive on his own in the horrible streets, without getting pickpocketed? Probably not. Do you think that the cleric would also survive very long in a thieves guild. No, that's your domain. And think about ways that your character could be used to help protect the rest of the party. I did all kinds of research on this, and what I did is that I went to Facebook and posted on various forums asking about what is the big do not of thieves. I asked on Twitter. I asked some of my old gaming buddies. And one common thread came up, which was, do not steal from the party. It happens all the time. I've actually been guilty of that as a player, and it's a really bad idea for multiple reasons. Yeah, it seems like fun for you. It's not fun for anyone else. By going and stealing from the party, character-wise, yeah, you might get away with it. But from the player, who is, no matter how well you roll, absolutely aware of what's going on, unless the GM is passing notes, you've now created a situation where the player really is not happy with you. So you want to avoid doing that at all costs. I know it's what my character would do. Oh, I am chaotic neutral. No, you're a pain in the ass. I know more people that play thieves that have been kicked out of groups than any other class. I mean, hell, Kenders. Do I have to say anything else but Kenders? Ugh. The thing is that what happens is that what you're doing is, as a player, you're removing the player agency from everyone else. And even though the player is not supposed to know, oh, they know. And immediately they're thinking about ways that they can squash you like a bug. It's not a good feeling. So don't do it. Don't do it. In the last section, I told you to not steal from the party. Okay, I'm not taking that back. What I'm doing is I'm teaching you how to be a sneaky bastard without pissing off the rest of the players. So, I know everyone goes, oh, but that's what my character would do. Okay, first of all, there's honor amongst thieves. Shadowrun player will tell you that you never steal from another party member. Bad idea. But if you want to be that sneaky guy, you want to be that untrustworthy guy, but without actually pissing off the other players, some of the things that you might want to do is suggest, I'm staring at the paladin's money purse. I'm not going to do anything about it, but I'm just looking at it just a little too long. The player hears that that's what you're doing. They also hear that you're not going to do anything about it. Or you walk into the king's throne room and you're like, my eyes get really big when I see the crown jewels. You're not actually doing anything that's going to interfere with the rest of the party. You're not actually doing anything that's going to piss off the party because they need to actually have a conversation with the king, and, having you make a failed roll because, the kings don't have, other thieves protecting their stuff. By saying that your eyes got large, you're expressing that you are a sneaky bastard. You might even talk with another player in advance saying, hey, look, I'm role-playing a sneaky bastard, and I want to have my character steal something from someone. Is there an object that won't piss you off if I steal it? And as player to player, I'll give it back. So when you do that, you have permission ahead of time. The roles are still the same. You still are the badass sneaky guy because you were able to get away with it. But you didn't piss off the player. Another thing that you might want to do is tell the GM that you're going to steal something, make the roll. And if you get away with it, they go, I'm I have the magic bag of holding in my hand, and I have I just can't take it away from the paladin. The paladin, you know, saved my life by healing me that day. So I'm just going to give it back. I'm just going to put it back. You made the roll. You stole from the paladin. You didn't actually take it away. And you created a character hook. You created a deeper character by having that moment of crisis. And if anything, the player's going to be going, oh, he gave it back. That's awesome. And now the player knowledge that they have to deal with and pretend they don't know is they pretend that they don't know that you have a heart of gold, not that you got away with it and thinking of ways that they can be a bastard to you later. Like, not heal you when you get squashed like the bug you are. So we now have a Patreon page, and you're wondering, why do you need a Patreon page? Because I only have 4 gigs of RAM. I've got to pay for hosting. I've got a 12-year-old Wacom tablet. It barely gets the job done. I want to get some upgrades. I want to start doing some actual play podcasts. I need a decent microphone. I probably want to start recording something that's not my phone. And these things cost money. I'm not expecting to get rich off of this, but patrons would be awesome. Now, if you're not a patron, some of the things that you could do to help out the show is take this video and share it to everyone in your party. Post this video on Reddit. Post this video on Facebook. Post this video on Twitter. Buy a copy of Roll vs. Roll, or use some of my clip art in your next publication.